So I want to talk for a minute about the Paycheck Protection Program. It was supposed to help for small businesses to get loans, which they would hopefully not even have to pay back if they were using it properly, using it for paychecks and that sort of thing. And that was to help stimulate these small businesses during this time where a lot of people have to be shut down, and even businesses that are still going are really seeing a huge reduction in their income. So the idea is to save jobs, keep people from getting laid off, not for rich people to get free money. But guess what happened? Rich people getting free money. So if you have a $25 million account with Citibank, you could actually be getting a concierge service which puts you to the top for getting these loans. So while the money ran out for most people, the people who got in first were these really rich clients that had millions and millions of dollars that are still somehow considered small businesses because it can be hard to define what a small business really is. So these banks, they want to get their biggest fees per customer. And so what they do is they have these concierge services where these people just walk right in. They fill out all the paperwork for them. Just sit down. We're going to get you your money as soon as possible. And they just do the whole process for them. And then the applications for the average Joe, the people like that you and I know, the people who are just entrepreneurs, small business owners, those people were actually pushed to the side until the money ran out. So there were even companies as large as the LA Lakers that got loans. Let me say that again. The LA Lakers got a loan. I don't know if you guys realize this. The LA Lakers are not really a small business. They actually are worth $4.4 billion. But please, Mr. Government, can I have a loan? Can I have a loan, right? Yeah, they got $46 million in loans. And I got a buddy of mine, a colleague, he couldn't get a loan because the money ran out. So what I'm trying to say is, this is the problem when you let people like Steve Mnuchin, who was a Goldman Sachs executive, run the Treasury. Okay, all this looting of the Treasury that happened with, the stimulus checks, the Paycheck Protection Program, of course that's what's going to happen. Donald Trump talked about the corruption of Hillary because of her $250,000 speaking fees for Goldman Sachs. What did Trump do? He put 4 Goldman Sachs executives in his cabinet, like right off the bat, including Steve Mnuchin. He's the Treasury Secretary. Of course, you let a fox run the hen house, and now you wonder, where are all the chickens? So, of course, the Paycheck Protection Program ran out of money and got looted by big businesses, the LA Lakers, all that crap. Of course. What did you expect? Did you think Donald Trump was going to drain the swamp? Of course not. They're all his buddies. We have to stop letting these ultra-rich people run the country assuming that's the rich one who's going to fight for me. That's the super rich guy who's going to fight for me. Now, if somebody has $1 million, or their net worth is $1 million or a few $1 million, that's not really that crazy. All these people that I'm talking about that are running the country, their net worths are all tens, hundreds of millions of dollars, sometimes even billions of dollars. You put a Goldman Sachs executive in charge of the Treasury, and you wonder, why is all this money going to rich people? I wonder what's all this corruption happening? What is all this? Yeah, because Trump didn't drain the swamp. Did you think he would? Because he didn't. He talked about Hillary Clinton getting speaking fees from Goldman Sachs. Yeah, she did. That was Bernie Sanders' talking point. That was a corrupt thing because they're probably doing some sort of backroom deal. But whatever backroom deal they had couldn't have been worse than what Donald Trump did, putting a Goldman Sachs executive in charge of the Treasury. What? I can't understand how somebody could do such mental gymnastics to be a Trump supporter in the way that you look at that and say, hey, he put a Goldman Sachs executive in front of the Treasury. And yes, I was mad about Hillary Clinton's speaking fees, but that's Steve Mnuchin. He's got a lot of experience with a lot of money because he worked for Goldman Sachs. It's like, how do you get from there to there? Goldman Sachs, bad. Hillary Clinton spoke to them and got money. Then Donald Trump, hires 4 Goldman Sachs executives in his cabinet, and you just go, yeah, because they're smart and they know what they're doing. And he chooses all the best people. I truly, truly do not understand those mental gymnastics, and I want you to explain it to me. If you're watching this and you disagree with me and you think that Steve Mnuchin is doing a great job, tell me why. Tell me what you think his qualifications are, and tell me why it was bad for Hillary Clinton to take those speaking fees, but why it's okay for Trump to put these Goldman Sachs executives in charge of many different branches of the government. So I'd love to see the comments, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.